back to the Great British Family Quiz. My name's JT and I will be your quizmaster for today's quiz. Now, as with all weeks, this quiz is set over 6 rounds and there is a maximum score of 60 points. Now, as we progress through the quiz, each week you'll notice we follow a set pattern. Round 1 is always general knowledge. Round 2 is the picture round. Round 3 is a wildcard, and the wildcard round differs every single week. Round 4 is always about pop culture. Round 5 and round 6 have some very specific rules around them, and we'll talk more about those when we get there. Now, if you're competitive and you want to keep track of your answers, in the description you will find a link to download an answer sheet. This answer sheet is the same for every single week, so you can download and print off multiple copies if you want. Or if you don't have access to a printer, just grab yourself a pen and paper to write your answers on. Now, for each question, I'm going to give you 10 seconds after I finish reading the question to answer it. Now, obviously, if you need a little bit longer, this is YouTube, so you can just pause the video and take as long as you like to answer each question. Now, if you're ready, let's jump in and take a quick look at the rules. Now, as I said, there are 6 rounds in total and you can score a maximum of 60 points. That's 10 points per round or 1 point per question. I will give you the answers after every 2 rounds, so you don't have to wait all the way to the end to check if your answers were right. As I said, there is a score sheet in the description file of this video, so you can download that if you need to. And although this is just a bit of fun, please, no smartphones, tablets, computers allowed. So if you're ready, we'll get going with round 1, general knowledge. Question 1. What is the real name of the superhero Iron Man? Question 2. Adam Savage and who were the Mythbusters? Question 3. Who is the Greek god of the sea? Question 4. What is the chemical symbol for gold? Question 5. Vincent van Gogh is famous for painting which flower in a series of still life paintings? Question 6. In what year did the Titanic sink? Question 7. Who sang "Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow"? Question 8. Who is the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy? Question 9. In Greek mythology, who is the king of the gods? And question 10. Which actor provides the voice for Peter Griffin in the animated series Family Guy? Okay, we should all be settled in now. That's round 1 out of the way. Let's dive into round 2. Round 2 is the picture round. Now in this round you will get 10 questions and each round has a picture which will give you a hint to the answer of the question. Question 11. Thomas F. Wilson played this character in the Back to the Future movies? Question 12. Who became the first female pop star in space? Question 13. Which comic book legend played himself in a cameo on The Big Bang Theory? Question 14. Name the TV family from the 1970s and 80s. Question 15. What is Mr. Beast's real name? Question 16. Name this video game star. Question 17. Identify this organisation from this logo. Question 18. This actor and comedian was once a real-life teacher. Question 19. Name the aircraft. And question 20. Name her famous movie director father. Okay, let's see how you did. Let's go through the answers from questions 1 to 20. Answer number 1. What is the real name of the superhero Iron Man? And that is, of course, Tony Stark. Answer number 2. Adam Savage and who were the Mythbusters? And that was Jamie Hyneman. Answer number 3. Who is the Greek god of the sea? And that's Poseidon. Answer 4. What is the chemical symbol for gold? That's AU. Number 5. Vincent van Gogh is famous for painting which flower in a series of still life paintings? And that is, of course, sunflowers. Number 6. In what year did the Titanic sink? That was 1912. And number 7. Who sang Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow? And that was En Vogue. Answer number 8. Who is the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy? That was Star-Lord, or I'll accept Peter Quill. Answer number 9. In Greek mythology, who is the king of the gods? That was Zeus. And finally for this round, answer number 10. Which actor provides the voice for Peter Griffin in the animated series Family Guy? And that is, of course, Seth MacFarlane.
All right, fine.
Okay, on to the picture round. Number 11. Thomas F. Wilson played this character in the Back to the Future movies. And that's Biff Tannen, but I will accept just Biff. Question 12. Who became the first female pop star in space? And that was very recently, and it was Katy Perry. Question 13. Which comic book legend played himself in a cameo on The Big Bang Theory? And that was Stan Lee. Question 14. Name the TV family from the 1970s and 80s. And that was the Waltons. Question 15. What's Mr. Beast's real name? That's James Donaldson, but he's also known as Jimmy Donaldson as well. Either will suffice. Question 16. Name this video game star. It is, of course, Zelda. Question 17. Identify the organisation from this logo. And that is, of course, the European Space Agency. Question 18. This actor-comedian was once a real teacher. And I know it's hard to believe, but it was Greg Davis. Question 19. Name the aircraft. And I'm sure some of you will have written Concorde, but it was actually the Tu-144, or otherwise known as Konkordsky, the Russian version of the Concorde. I will accept either Tu-144 or Konkordsky. And number 20, name her famous movie director father. It is, of course, Ron Howard. Okay, round 3. Round 3 is our wildcard round this week, and it's a music round. I'm going to give you some lyrics, and I'm going to ask you to fill in the missing word. Now, in lyrics where there are multiple missing words, it is the same word repeated. There will also be an image on the screen, just to give you a little bit of an extra hint. So let's get started with question 21. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the... Question 22. I'm in love with the shape of... Question 23. But here's my number, so call me... Question 24. Always look on the side of life. Question 25. Would the real Shady please stand up? Question 26. Lightning, then the... Question 27. When the feeling's gone and you can't go on, it's... Question 28. Okay, so you're Brad Pitt. That don't mean much. Question 29. Exit light, enter night, take my hand, we're off to land. And question 30. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Okay, round 4. Round 4 is our multiple choice round. So all you have to write down is A, B, C, or D. There is only one correct answer for each question. Question 31. Which country does this flag represent? Is it A, India, B, Mexico, C, Saudi Arabia, or D, Pakistan? Question 32. buddy cop film features Mel Gibson and Danny Glover? Is it A. Training Day, B. Lethal Weapon, C. Rush Hour, or D. Bad Boys? Question 33. Which frontman of Nirvana died in 1994? Was it A. Kurt Cobain, B. Chris Cornell, C. Eddie Vedder, or D. Lane Staley? Question 34. Which energy company filed for bankruptcy in 2001 after a massive scandal? Was it A. Bear Stearns, B. Lehman Brothers, C. WorldCom, or D. Enron? Question 35. Which Austrian Archduke's assassination sparked World War I? Was it A. Karl Franz, B. Rudolf, C. Franz Ferdinand, or D. Otto von Bismarck? Question 36. Which country does this flag represent? Is it A. Zimbabwe, B. Angola, C. South Africa, or D. Namibia? Question 37. Which film features Will Smith and Martin Lawrence as Miami cops? Is it A. Bad Boys, B. Beverly Hills Cop, C. Lethal Weapon, or D. Rush Hour? Question 38. Which British singer-songwriter died at the age of 27 in 2011? Was it A. Kate Bush, B. Amy Winehouse, C. Dua Lipa, or D. Adele? Question 39. Which British pop duo known for songs like Heartache were backing singers for Wham before launching their own successful career in the 1980s? Was it A. Pepsi and Shirley, B. The Eurythmics, C. Dollar, or D. Mel and Kim? And finally for this round, question 40. In which movie does the final line say, "Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads"? Was it A. Star Wars, B. E.T. the Extraterrestrial, C. Raiders of the Lost Ark, or D. Back to the Future? That's rounds 3 and 4 complete. Let's dive into the answers and see how you did. Answer 21. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. Answer 22. I'm in love with the shape of you. Answer 23. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Answer 24. Always look on the bright side of life. Answer 25. Would the real Slim Shady please stand up? Answer 26. Lightning, then the thunder, thunder, thunder. You only have to write thunder down once. Answer 27. Tragedy. When the feeling's gone and you can't go on, it's tragedy. And again, you only have to write tragedy down once. Answer 28. Okay, so you're Brad Pitt. that don't impress me much. Answer 29, exit light, enter night, take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. And again, I'll just accept never. And the last one for this round, which I hope everybody got, and bad mistakes, I've made a few, I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Okay, let's dive into the multiple choice answers. So answer number 31, which country does this flag represent? And it is, of course, Pakistan. 32, which buddy cop movie featured Mel Gibson and Danny Glover? That was B, Lethal Weapon. Answer 33, which frontman of Nirvana died in 1994? And that was A, Kurt Cobain. Answer 34, which energy company filed for bankruptcy in 2001 after a massive scandal? And that was Enron, D. Answer number 35, which Austrian Archduke's assassination sparked World War I? That was C, Franz Ferdinand. Answer number 36, which country does this flag represent? And that is B, Angola. Answer number 37, which film features Will Smith and Martin Lawrence as Miami cops? And that is A, Bad Boys. Answer number 38, which British singer-songwriter died at the age of 27 in 2001? And tragically, that was B, Amy Winehouse. Answer number 39, which British pop duo known for songs like Heartache were backing singers for Wham before launching their own successful career in the 1980s? And that was A, Pepsi and Shirley. And finally for this round, in which movie does the final line say, "Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads"? And that was, of course, D, Back to the Future. Okay, round 5 is about making the connection. So in the connections round, you will see 5 questions all on the screen at once. The answers to the first 4 questions will give you a hint to the final answer in question 5. Now, once I finish reading the questions, I'm going to give you a full 2 minutes to answer all 5 questions. There are 2 sets of 5 questions in this round, so 10 points up for grabs across the entire round. With that out the way, let's dive into questions 41 through 45. Question 41. Which Scottish actor starred in movies like The Untouchables and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Question 42. Which British author wrote the novel Casino Royale? Question 43. Which song by Adele won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 2013? Question 44. Which British car manufacturer founded in 1913 by Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford is renowned for its high-performance cars and elegant design? And number 45, which fictional British secret agent holds the naval rank of Commander? Now I'm going to give you a full 2 minutes to answer all of those questions. Okay, questions 46 through 50. So question 46, which word means widespread recognition or celebrity status and is the title of a 2008 debut album? Question 47, which 2018 musical drama film features Bradley Cooper? Question 48, Anthony Dominic Benedetto is better known as which American jazz and pop artist? Question 49, which artist is known for hits like Just the Way You Are, Uptown Funk and 24K Magic, and performed at both the 2014 and 2016 Super Bowl halftime shows? And question 50, who founded the Born This Way Foundation in 2012 to support wellness in young people? Round 6 is all or nothing. In this round, you're going to get 10 harder than average general knowledge questions. You must get the answers correct or pass the question. So if you attempt to answer the question and you get it wrong, you will lose all of the points for this round. So you will score 0 for this round. So you must either pass the question or just don't write anything down on your answer sheet. And you can pass as many questions as you like. So if you don't want to take the risk, just write pass on your answer sheet. Okay, question 51. Which artist headlined the Super Bowl 38 halftime show in 2004, resulting in an infamous wardrobe malfunction? Question 52. Which red gemstone is the birthstone for July and is second in hardness only to diamonds? Question 53. What was the name of the colour 8-bit home computer developed by Sinclair Research, hugely popular in the UK during the 1980s? Question 54. Lady Louise Windsor is the daughter of which royal couple? Question 55. In which month of 2020 did the UK announce its first nationwide lockdown? Question 56. What storage medium popular in the 1980s could hold up to 1.44 megabytes of data? Question 57. Painite, once considered the rarest mineral on Earth, was first discovered in which country? Question 58. Which famous document begins with the words, "when in the course of human events"? Question 59. Which Asian country was formerly known as Siam? And your final question for this quiz, who painted the Night Watch, one of the most famous works of the Dutch Golden Age? Okay, we're approaching the finish line. Let's get the answers for those last two rounds. Answers 41 to 45. Which Scottish actor starred in movies like The Untouchables and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? That was Sean Connery. 42. Which British author wrote the novel Casino Royale? And that was Ian Fleming. Question 43. Which song by Adele won the Academy Award for the Best Original Song in 2013? And that was Skyfall. Which British car manufacturer, founded in 1913 by Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford, is renowned for its high-performance sports cars and elegant design? And that is, of course, Aston Martin. Now, all four of those answers should lead you to the final question, which is, which fictional British secret agent holds the naval rank of commander? And that is, of course, James Bond. Okay, let's jump on to the second connections round. And your answers, numbers 46 through 50. Which word means widespread recognition or celebrity status and is the title of a 2008 debut album? And that is fame. Which 2018 musical drama features Bradley Cooper? And that was A Star is Born. Anthony Dominic Benedito is better known as which American jazz and pop artist? And that's Tony Bennett. Which artist is known for hits like Just the Way You Are, Uptown Funk and 24K Magic, and performed at both the 2014 and 2016 Super Bowl halftime shows? And that was Bruno Mars. And again, those four answers should lead you to the answer of the final question, number 50. Who founded the Born This Way Foundation in 2012 to support wellness in young people? And that was, of course, Lady Gaga. Okay, our final round. Remember, you must get the answer right or pass the question, otherwise you lose all points for the round. Answer number 51. Which artist headlined the Super Bowl 38 halftime show in 2004, resulting in a famous wardrobe malfunction? And that was Janet Jackson. Number 52. Which red gemstone is the birthstone for July and is the second hardest only to diamond? And that's rubies. Answer number 53. What is the name of the colour 8-bit home computer developed by Sinclair Research that was hugely popular in the UK during the 1980s? and that was the Sinclair Spectrum. Answer 54. Lady Louise Windsor is the daughter of which royal couple? Now, the correct answer is the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, but I will accept Sophie and Edward. Answer 55. In which month of 2020 did the UK announce its first nationwide lockdown? And that was in March. Question 56. What storage medium, popular in the 1980s, could hold a whole 1.4 megabytes of data? And that was the floppy disk. Painite, once considered the rarest mineral on Earth, was first discovered in which country? And that's Myanmar, but I will accept Burma. Answer number 58. Which famous document begins with the words, "when in the course of human events"? And that is the Declaration of Independence. Answer number 59. Which Asian country was formerly known as Siam? That was Thailand. And the final answer for today, who painted the Night Watch, one of the most famous works of the Dutch Golden Age? And that was Rembrandt. So, how did you do? Well, let's total up all those scores. Please post in the comments and let me know how you did. Did you think the questions were too easy? Were they too hard? Do I need to change them around a little bit? Please do let me know your feedback in the comments below. Now, if you got less than 10 out of 60, you're probably a beginner at quizzing, but thank you very much for trying. It was really nice that you did have a go at some of the questions, but please give me some feedback and let me know what you thought of the questions. 11 to 25, not a bad effort. 25 to 50, you really are starting to shine here. You are top of the class. And if you got 50 plus, you're a quizzing legend. So well done to everybody that took part. That's it for this week's quiz. I hope you enjoyed it, but I'd love to hear from you. Please do post your scores in the comments below. Let me know how you're getting on. Let me know if I can adjust the questions at all, if they're a little too difficult or a little too easy. I'd love to hear from you. Now do remember, if you are a quizzing expert and you're looking for something a little harder, the last Friday of every month we will post an expert level quiz. It will be exactly the same format, but we're just going to up the difficulty level on all of the questions. So if you're looking for a challenge, look for those expert level quizzes. You can tell them from the border of the thumbnail. They have a red border around them to let you know that those are the expert level ones. With that, all it remains is for me to say thank you very much for playing. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if I'm lucky, I'll see you back here next week for another Great British Family quiz. Take care. Bye-bye.